Hey, looks like we're here alone. I'll share a little story with you while I'm cleaning up and making a couple of these drinks for you. You see, I served in the Navy, and I went all over the world. I even traveled across the equator a couple times. But at one moment, when I was in the Philippines, I got bit by a lot of mosquitoes. Yeah, I got mosquito bites everywhere, over 80 that I counted. And, living on a farm, I figured, just put the little X in it and clean up and, everything, let bygones be bygones. Largest welt was the size of a quarter, and the smallest welt was the size of a dime. I stopped counting at 80, and that's why I know there was more than 80. And these all happened within 2 hours of liberty while I was in the Navy. 3 months later, I was walking around, the ship and just minding my own business. And lo and behold, one of my shipmates was coming out of the shower. And he was walking up to my other shipmate, and back then we had this little saying called "these nuts." Well, there he was, just dangling a wang, and he's like, "Look at these nuts, look at these nuts." And I was like, "Hey, man, I'm kind of bored." And I was like, "Yo, man, one of mine will blow both of those away." They both looked at me, started laughing. "Oh, boot camp, you just move along. You're just a funny guy. You know that?" I was like, man, and I whipped one out. And lo and behold, they was like, "Oh, my Lord, that's two." I was like, "No." I whipped the other one out. They said, "Oh, my goodness, those are horse nuts." I was like, "Horse nuts?" I pucked them babies back in my pocket, and I ran up to the medical on the next level. I walked in there and talked to the corpsman. Next thing you know, I whip him out for him, and he goes running, screaming. I was like, "Oh, my Lord." Now I'm pacing like a little madman, turning red with the blood boiling up to my head, wondering what is going on here. I was like sporting these things going down the main deck in my bell bottoms, looking like, "Hey, man, I got the biggest camel toe this side of Mississippi." Well, equator. Well, you know what I'm talking about at sea. And lo and behold, there's something wrong with me. I got a problem. So the head medic comes in. He sits on a stool in front of me and he says, "Son, I hear you got a problem." I said, "Yeah, everybody's running from my nuts." And he said, "Can I take a look at him, son?"